Namaste to everyone. Namaste, Gopal Bhaiya. Good morning. Welcome to the morning session.
नमस्ते भैया।
JB. Today we have only one sharing in the English session, and Hindi sharing will start from 6 o'clock, as there are three sharings in Hindi. So now we'll be starting with the English session. With Today we are having Sunil Kumar N Bhaiya sharing. So Sunil Bhaiya, namaste.
Namaste, Priya.
Let me introduce you. Okay. So, Sunil Bhaiya is very known to all of us. In fact, he needs no introduction as such. Many of us are very much familiar with him. But as a formality, let me introduce him. Sunil Kumaran Bhaiya is a professor and head in the civil engineering at Cochin University, College of Engineering, Uttanad, the rural campus of Coast Kochi. He is the convener of UHB cell. He has started his UHB journey around June 2020, then done UHB 1, 2, and taken a means long journey. And probably all of us know him and resource person in different face-to-face workshops as well as in the online workshops. He has been exploring for I think more than 7 batches now. Yeah, it's
Priya.
around
From the end of fourth
fifth
batch,
batch. Yes.
fifth batch onwards.
Yeah, 5th to 12 and 7th batches around. And along with that, he has conducted family workshop for students. His presence in UHB family is quite significant in various aspects, in various volunteering activities, and the words may fall short to narrate all his contribution towards the this development of UHB activities across the country, even beyond. In particular, he is leading the translation team in UHB related books, particularly in regional language. So he is coordinating that besides many other activities. So with this short introduction, I may invite Sunil Bhaiya to put his sharing in 20 minutes based on the pointers. Ji Sunil Bhaiya. Namaste, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Taraprasanna Bhaiya, for this nice introduction. Namaste, Gopal Bhaiya. Namaste, all the co-explorers. Let me put my additional introduction part. Tara Bhaiya has introduced it very nicely. I hail from a rural village. The name of the village is Kuttanad, which is one of the rarest places in the entire world where the paddy cultivation is being practiced below sea level. And the United Nations has recognized this village or this place as one of the globally important agricultural heritage systems in the entire world. This is one among the 3 in the country and one among the 82 of the entire world. Why I said this is a place where I could learn myself. I mean, I studied in rural schools, and then after studying other places, I came back to this place and working in this place. So I had this opportunity for born and brought up in this place as well as working in this place, where I could learn several things. And now I'm doing some sustainable projects in this place to uplift the place and the people around. That is my brief introduction. My family, my wife Sunida, she is a state government employee by profession, and my daughter Parvati, she is doing her MTech degree in structural engineering. My son Parthan, he is doing his fourth semester in civil engineering, BTech civil engineering. And I had started my journey as therapist, as I said, in June 2020, when I was the principal of the rural campus of Cochin University of Science and Technology. And thereafter, I could see that there is some similarity between what I have been following and what is being discussed in the universal human value FDPs. And I started pursuing my journey since then, my self-exploration. I could attend the higher workshops UHP 2, UHP 3, and several other uh, refreshment part 1, part 2, etc., and other workshops as a volunteer since January 2022. After I attended UHP2 online, I continued attending several other workshops as a volunteer. And Tarabhia and Deepa Didi. Deepa Didi is the um, the UHPSL coordinator of the university. From both of them prompted me to attend this morning session. So I joined at the fag end of batch 4, where the uh, sharing of the participants was going on. So I also joined the sharing without knowing what is a morning session at that time. And thereafter, I started attending this morning session from the 5th batch onwards. And in each batch, I could see some progress within myself. And now, when we are sitting at the fag end of this 11th batch, I try to put forward my sharing on the basis of um, a few incidences which had happened recently. And so here we can go to the next slide. So I start with exercise number 1, where I put forth these incidences. So on 8th of December, when I was traveling back to my home from the airport after conducting this workshop at Anna University, it was in the morning, 8th December morning. So when I was traveling uh, on the road, I was driving from the airport to home. My vehicle was parked at the airport, and I was driving back. It was a little bit long journey, like of 2.5 to 3 hours of duration. Once I passed like 70 to 80 kilometers at that place, I was overtaking a vehicle, a slow moving vehicle for sure. It was a car. So the car was at the center of the road. So I went just, I got past the car. I could see that another vehicle was coming in front of me. So I turned to the left. And I thought that this car, which I have covered already, would be moving towards the left, but maybe it didn't happen. So the one side of my car slightly kissed against, I say kissed against the other car. Now my observation went into this step number 1 to 4 of this exercise number 1. Immediately what came to me is a reaction. But I was observing why this reaction is coming. What is is it naturally acceptable to me? And who is responsible for this reaction? So I could see that this is a very slight thing and nothing has happened to the car or the other car, and nothing has happened to the person who is sitting inside the other car and me. So while I was just observing and moving forward a little bit, the other car rushed through the road and came in front of me. He blocked me and stopped the car over there. I also parked the car near the side of the road and got down. I could see the person from the other car was moving towards me with uh, I mean, he was in anger. I could see that, and he was shouting uh, some words which are not favorable to me for sure. When he reached near me, I could smell this uh, alcohol very clearly. So I held him first of all with my hand, and I requested him, "Can we move to the side of the road and talk?" He was furious. He said that no, I was wearing this ID card of my university. He said that I had seen several such kind of ID cards, and I am also a government servant. I said that's fine, but can we move to the other side of the road and talk? What is happened is part of my mistake also. I can see that, but can we talk standing to the side of the road? Then he came down. I also requested him, can you park your vehicle near the side of the road, because otherwise this road is a narrow road and there are many vehicles coming. There is heavy traffic in this road, so possibility of accident may be there. So after a few minutes, he obliged. He parked the car near the side of the road, and we started talking regarding the accident. We could see that nothing has happened to both the vehicles, uh, except a few little bit of scratches, but that is manageable. Um, then his anger came down. I told that this car is a material, so even if there is some damage happened to the car, we can manage it. We can repair it. and I am ready to even pay for the repair of your car. Don't worry about that. So he said, no, 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 I'm not a person just like that. So I was, because you didn't stop immediately after this bombarding happened. That's why I rushed through and stopped you on the road. Then even we spoke regarding the family. We shared the phone number, and we uh, shook hands of each other and said that this is an opportunity for us to get in familiarized with. And then I also told him that please, when you drive, please do not say drink. This may cause some kind of accidents. So he said, sorry, this is my mistake. And then he spoke regarding his family members, regarding some dispute with his family members also on the road uh, while talking to me. After some time, we dispersed ourselves from that place. And after I traveled for a few kilometers, I called him and checked whether he reached home safely. And incidentally, yesterday, I called him and wished him Happy Christmas. Um, and he also wished me back. So that's one incident where I could observe the step number 1 to step number 4. Initially, I could see that the incident, it was a reaction for me. And then I could see this reaction is my own decision. And this is not naturally acceptable to me. But through this observation, I could see that I can be in harmony. And with this harmony, I could interact with that person with a feeling of relationship, and that brought down his anger also. So the change in outside, the change in people outside can also be brought through our own interaction with a feeling of harmony. That's what I could observe. And on what basis did you decide the feeling you have at this moment? So I could observe that it is initially it was on the basis of assumption that why did this person make a mistake. Soon I could see that it is not his mistake alone. I also have been careful, could have been careful while riding this vehicle. So I could see that this mistake is not because of him alone. I also am part of this. Like that, I could see that it is on the basis of understanding. It is not on the basis of assumption. Um, which feelings are naturally acceptable to you? I could see that initially this feeling was a reaction, and then the feeling of response. This uh, I could see this response immediately with this incident. So harmony is inherent to me, and coexistence is inherent to me. It is not struggle. So likewise, I could observe the step number 1 to 6 of this exercise with this incident. Now, another incident which happened recently is that um, after the conference, which happened from 22nd to 24th of November, I was participating in this conference sitting at SRM IST Chennai. And this was like a 3-day continuous effort, both the shifts, shift 1 in daytime and shift 2 in the nighttime. And there were many volunteers in the SRM IST, and we could see the warmth and the relatedness in the interactions with the volunteers over there. So it was like a family reunion. So we enjoyed um, conducting this some of the sessions and running the studio over there and participating in all the activities over there. We even have this beds and pillows over there, so we could even take a little bit of nap in between the sessions. But what happened is we didn't even take a nap in between, so we have been participating in this because of our own excitement in participating in the conference and being with the family members. Now, even before the conference, I informed my students that I will be coming back to the university on 25th of November, and on 25th we are going to have a class because the semester was ending on 26th. So the class will be there on 25th, maybe in the afternoon, not in the morning. In the morning, I may be traveling because the conference will go till early morning of 25th. I could see that. And on 26th, we had this lab examination for the students. So I requested my students to finish the proceedings for the lab examination, that is the submission of records, etc., before 20th. And on 25th, I may not be in a position to look at the lab records. But when I reached back my institution, after 3:30 a.m. in the morning, I finished this conference and then I went back to the institution. It's a flight of 1 hour plus, and then another travel from the airport to the home for 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours duration by driving. And then I went to the college in the afternoon, and I took 2 hours of class, 1:30 to 3:30. And when I came back to my cabin, I feel the tiredness. It was a long conference journey, sleepless nights, and then I felt my tiredness. So when I was back at the seat, many students came to show their lab record. The immediate reaction from my side was, I told you that this time, please, you should not bring your records to me. I could have valued your records even before that, even before the conference. And why did you bring this record to me? So this was a reaction. So this reaction I could catch immediately through observation. I could see that the body is there and I am there. And this transaction of information through the body in space, I could see that I was not transacting this instruction to put the body in rest in the beginning, but now when I was on the seat, I could see that is tiredness, and I was feeling like I have to take rest. At that time, when the students came, this reaction came out. But soon I realized that this is a reaction and it's my responsibility to help the students. So I said, okay, you can show the records. So I had a look at the records for a few minutes, and I could go through a few of them where there were like 1 or 2 experiments to be shown. But when I could see that another couple of students, they had to show me 5 experiments together, then I said that no, please come tomorrow. I'm not able to in a position to look at your record. I'm not able to use my body appropriately. So why couldn't you come tomorrow morning before the lab examination? We can see through this. So then I went back home. By 5:45, I went to the bed, and I could get up only by 4 a.m. next day morning. And by 4 a.m. the next day morning, I could see that my body is fresh and ready for work. So I could see the steps of exercise number 2 through uh, this experience, that I am there, I exist, the body exists. And I was not reading the sensation from the body, this tiredness part, throughout this conference and throughout the travel and while I conduct the class after that. But immediately after I finish the class, I catch this sensation, or I read the sensation of tiredness in the body, that I need some rest. I could see that I am the one who decides what instruction are to be passed to the body and what sensation are to be returned to the body. So I went to the bed, and when I got up 4 a.m. next day, I could see I am fresh. So I could see that I'm not the sensation, and I'm not in the sensation, and I'm different from the body. But whenever the body needs rest, I can postpone this sleep to some time. So my interaction with the body or the world outside is by a way of sensation. I read sensation by decision, give meaning to the sensation. My reaction or response depends upon the sanskar. So I could see my sanskar also when I was reading the sensation, that I was reacting to my students. And I could immediately observe through exercise number 1 that when I go back to the steps of exercise number 1, steps 1 to 5 of exercise number 1, I could see that I was reacting, and this sanskar is still there with me. So I had to work with this sanskar. So I would say that I could see step number 1 to 6 of exercise number 2 also through this experience. And I wanted to narrate a few other incidents. Because of time limitation, I'm not going to that. So step number 7 of exercise number 1 and 2, I have to explore that much further. So this coexistence of the self and the body, and the coexistence with the space, this has to be observed very carefully. I'm trying to work with that. When I see people around, when I see the situation outside, I could see that this interaction of me with the people and the situation or the other part of the nature is through the space. And this space, this is to be understood very thoroughly. I could now assume that uh, the relationship with people outside and this other part of the nature outside is because all of us are in space and we are submerged in space. So this, I said, is an assumption for me, but I have to really understand what is the true meaning of this. So I'm trying to observe this, and through this observation, I could see that this the relatedness is there with people who are not known to me. For example, when I am going for this workshops at different places in the country, particularly in the southern part of the country, I interact with people who are not known to me. I could see this feeling of the relatedness with other people. And even though they are not introduced to me, I could interact with them with a smile, with a feeling of affection, and could respond to the questions with a feeling of compassion. So this I could see because of uh, the all of us are in coexistence in space, and I could maybe a couple of weeks before when I was driving on the road in the midnight, I could see that there is an accident happened on the road, and there also had it been happening a couple of years before, I would have just passed by. But now I stopped my vehicle, even if it was the middle of the night, and I helped the four passengers in the car. The car bombarded against the handrail of a bridge, and there were injuries to the passengers. So I could help all the passengers to get in my car, and I took them to the hospital. And it was my responsibility was not just completed, not just finished over there. I was talking to them because they were in panic, and they were talking to other persons like what happened, and say in panic they were talking. So I had to console them. That's also was my responsibility. So uh, these exercises in the morning, 1 and 2 in the morning, they were helping me to even talk to the other persons and consoling them. Uh, so this was another experience with me, and helping the other person, those who are not connected to me. This is also with me because of I'm trying to follow these steps of the exercises. Now, so I could see step number 1 to 5, 1 to 6 in exercise number 1, and step number 1 to 6 in exercise number 2. But I have to work with this sanskar part. The previous sanskar is coming back to me occasionally, so I have to work with that. But whenever I am in a state of reaction, I could see that I can go back to the state of response through observation. So the duration of this unhappiness or this reaction is now coming down. That's what I could observe. Now, happiness, I can see that it is in my innate nature. It is not something which I catch from outside. Whatever happens outside, that puts me into a state of my previous sanskar, but I can come back to observation. And my commitment part, how much time and effort I could spend for understanding as well as personal transformation as well as societal transformation. I could see that at least 2 hours in a day I'm doing it, and in whatever interaction I'm having with people outside and with the nature outside, these proposals are helping me. And I have been offering these workshops, the interaction with people outside, and whenever I am conducting a class, maybe technical, the proposals of UHP are coming in. And this translation, as Paya was pointing out, this is one thing which I am trying to do something, and also helping the SR, SCR, and the SWR region in conducting their meetings, and my university in conducting the UHPSL meeting, and many other meetings I am being part of, and I'm trying to help. And whenever I'm trying to interact with people in these meetings, I'm getting um, benefits through my own self-exploration. So I put on record my sincere gratitude to all the mentors, starting from Ganesh Bagaria sir to Gopal Bhaiya in this morning session. Kumar Bhaiya is there, Umesh Bhaiya is there, Shamla Didi is there, Tajul Bhaiya is there, uh, and all the other volunteers. I mean, if I just name the names, the list may be a bit long, so I don't attempt that. So thank you all the mentors, and I'm also a co-explorer trying to explore further So the journey is still long. I could see that. Thank you so much, Tara Bhaiya. Over to you.
So, looking at the time, we'll be directly going to Gopal Bhaiya for the comments. Ji Gopal Bhaiya, namaste.
नमस्ते सुनील भैया.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
जी, nice sharing भैया. And Tara Prasanna ji has already said much about you. And about the sharing, uh, two things are important in exercise one. Number one is awareness, and second is observation. So awareness means, for example, as you shared, when I am anger, I am aware that I am in anger. You know, there is anger, but I am not anger. So this kind of awareness is required. Then we can observe our anger. And with your examples, you know, you have shared both the parts. So as we all know that you are working hard and you have taken so much offline workshops, and all these workshops help us to explore more and more. So these offline workshops are very crucial in this process of self-exploration. So the questions asked by participants force us to see in ourselves. So nice, Bhaiya, you know, and you are already working on yourself. You are already volunteering many activities. You are already exploring all these steps, and you have shared what you are able to see, what you are not able to see, and we are all on the same path, exploring ourselves. So nice, Bia. Best wishes. You know, the more you will take workshop, the more you will get opportunity to explore yourself. So nice,
Yeah.
Bia. Best wishes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhaiya.